So hypothesis testing is mainly about testing the differences between two important means. So a question will give you hints to understand two key points. Number one, you'll be given a statistical mean. Number two, you'll be asked to identify a hypothetical mean. In this question, we are told that the professor claims that the average size is greater than 35. So already this 35 is called our mu. Because a random sample of 18 classes contained 38.1, so this that 8.1 is called our X bar because it was calculated from 18 students. So we need to calculate and estimate the difference between these two means, either it's statistically different or not. So our N is 18, the standard deviation is 7.8. So we're being asked to test a claim at 0.01. So even if we're not given this, you know that 0.01 under a single tailed test is 2.33. So we go through the procedure of hypothesis testing. Step one, state the hypothesis. Our hypothesis in this case is stating that our mu is what? 35. And here our alternative hypothesis is greater than 35. Step two, you state the level of significance. So level of significance is 5%, meaning our Z here is what? 2.33. Step three, you set the decision rule. The decision rule from the word greater, we're going to shade the right side here, which is 2.33. So what are we going to say? Reject what? HO if Z calculated is what? Greater than 2.33. How to get that so far? Then step four, we calculate our Z. So in this case, our Z is what? X minus mu over standard deviation of N. So here, our X bar is what? In the question, we calculated is 38.1. Our mu is 35, standard deviation 7.8, and our N is 18. So 38.1, 8.1 minus what? 35 over 7 point what? Our standard deviation is 7.6, and the square root of N is 18. So here we're going to have 1.73. So now we need to go to the table to check where 1.73 is. It is in here. I need to understand that this is a region which we fail to reject, and this is a region which we reject. This is called the rejection region. When our answer is in the fail to reject region, our conclusion will be what? No statistical difference. And our in the rejection region here, when our answer is here, we say there's what? A statistical difference. So since our answer failed inside here, what is our conclusion? We fail to reject. So we make a conclusion here. Since Z calculated, which is 1.73, is less than what? 2.33 at level of significance 1%. What do we do? We fail to reject HO. In this case, so what? What is our conclusion? We say we have insufficient evidence to support professor's claim. So we do not what? Do not have evidence to support the claim of the professor. That's how you end it. Then the second part is asking us, verify your answer. Verify your answer the problem by comparing the sample mean, the critical mean. So sample mean we already have. It is what? 38.1. The critical mean is simply the upper bound, in short. Since we're using grade. So simply going to say mu plus Z standard deviation over square root of N. So our mu was 35. Our Z was 2.33. Our standard deviation was 7.6. And our N was 18. So when you compute that, we're going to get our answer as 39.17. 39.17. This is our critical value. So we reject if sample mean is greater than critical mean. So here our sample mean was 38.1. Our critical mean was what? 39.17. So since it's less, what do? We fail to reject. So this is also another rule which is correlating with what we found at first. Are we together?
Yes.
Then lastly, using p-value, examiner is asking us, okay, now, verify your answer using the p-value compared to 0.01. So our rule here is, using p-value, we reject only if p-value is less than alpha. Accept or fail to reject if p-value is what? Greater than alpha. Here, that's when we can fail to reject. So now, when we go to 1.73, we check it in the table. 1.73, we go to the table. 1.73, we go under 1.7, 0.58, 95, 818. So this is equivalent to 95, 818. So when you compute this, we are going to get, what are we going to get? 0. What?
0.0418.
0.0418. Okay. 0.0418. So according to these criteria, this one is greater than 0.01. So what is our conclusion? Fail to reject what?
HO.
Okay. Since our p-value 0.0418 is what? Is greater than 0.01. So this is how you tackle the hypothesis testing question. Thank you so much, everyone. All the best in your exams. Remember to pray. Don't go with any leakage. Just rely on your what? Your brains. And for the men, maybe don't bath before the exam because you might end up bathing whatever you've read. But ultimately, don't forget to pray. That was just on a lighter note. You can bath. Are there any questions I've left out?